to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. This latest Arsenal news and transfer news as well. Arsenal found a new sporting director in Roberto Olabe, the sporting director at Real Sociedad. His contract runs down this summer. Arsenal believe he is the right candidate to replace Edu at the Emirates Stadium. We're also going to be talking about a double deal for Alexander Isak and Nico Williams. That is on top of the priority list for Mikel Arteta. If they can get him those two, he will be absolutely delighted. We'll be talking about other striker options as Arsenal is looking to get a second striker. There is talk about Vlahovic at 33 million, and there is also talk about Yusuf En-Nesyri at Fenerbahce. And then we'll talk about Barcelona and Partey and our round of 16 opponents in the UEFA Champions League. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. It's a beautiful morning. Let's dive right in. Now, Arsenal have two opponents that we could face at the round of 16 in the UEFA Champions League, and that is Feyenoord or PSV Eindhoven. Now, when it comes to those two, trust me, bring it on. Absolutely bring it on. I don't really care if it's Feyenoord. Feyenoord are about to appoint Robin van Persie as their new head coach. I would love to take on Feyenoord under the new manager, Robin van Persie. I really want to, I want Arsenal to get revenge on Robin van Persie. I just feel it will be a perfect moment. But of course, PSV Eindhoven as well is such a very good opponent. I mean, honestly, if you think about it, we are very lucky, very, very lucky. I mean, you could have Madrid there, you could have Bayern there, you could have Barcelona there, and then things become a little bit complicated. But with PSV and Feyenoord, what you have is a team that you can really beat as long as you're well organized. You might not have your full squad back, you might not have all the players back, but as long as you're organized, as long as you do enough, you can get past PSV, you can get past Feyenoord. Now, you guys are gonna ask me, Kosi, which one do you prefer? Would you want us to play Feyenoord? Would you want us to play PSV Eindhoven? I can't lie, we've played PSV in the last few, I think 2 years. We've played them UEFA Champions League, and I feel like we have a soft spot for them. I kind of feel like we can go over them. Feyenoord on the other side, yes, they will have a new manager in Robin van Persie. There are times I don't like things like an ex-Arsenal OB coming with a new team and then they're versing Arsenal. I don't like that psychology. I don't like that chemistry. So if we can stay away from Feyenoord, I also believe that Feyenoord is quite a very, very good team. And I know PSV are a good team too, but I would rather PSV. I feel comfortable if we go and play PSV in the round of 16. But I'm very sure, I'm very confident that whatever happens, Arsenal will go through to the round of through the quarterfinals. This round of 16 draw, whether it's PSV or Feyenoord, I don't even care. Now, Arsenal have two priorities, and these are Mikel Arteta's priorities. It's a double deal for Alexander Isak and Nico Williams. Those are the two attacking options that Mikel Arteta is really crazy about, and then the rest will come later. Of course, Fabrizio has been the one breaking the stories, and he's been saying that Arsenal are obsessed with Isak, but in particular, it is Mikel Arteta that is pushing for Arsenal to sign Alexander Isak this summer, with Nico Williams already having a deal, an agreement in principle with Arsenal. So it looks like Arsenal are willing to go out there and splash the cash. I've told you before on both channels that it looks like Arsenal are, they want to do something crazy in this summer. They want to do something strong in the summer. Either a 100 million pound signing for Florian Wirtz, which has been reported by Florian Plettenberg, or a 110 million pound signing for Alexander Isak. I won't be surprised at any point in time if Arsenal do this kind of deal. Isak 100, Williams 46, and Zubimendi 60. I won't be surprised if our summer looks like that and it ends there, because Mikel is looking for additions on the forward line, and I think Isak and Williams would be very, very good business. I mean, think about it. Isak can play anywhere on the front three, and we already have Ethan Nwaneri coming up. It means that even if you don't add another winger, and I'm not saying don't add another winger, I'm saying even if we didn't, with Saka, Isak and Williams available, you have Trossard, Martinelli and Ethan Nwaneri, that is already enough cover. The reason as to why we're suffering right now is we lack options. We lack players. And I think when it comes to Arsenal, it has always been the song. We've always been singing, can you bring Kudus? Can you bring Luka Bacchio? Can you bring Bakayoko? I think if we go in this summer and complete this double deal, Alexander Isak and Nico Williams, 146 million euros or around 150 million euros or 160, depending on how our negotiations will go down. I think there is a massive opportunity for improvement in this Arsenal team. I think Isak is levels above. He takes you to another level. There's no question about that. Unless you're blind, Isak takes you to another level. And Nico Williams, when you look at our left wing, I think he's one of the best left wingers in the world right now. Like, how many left wingers can you realistically say are better than Nico Williams in terms of every aspect of the game? Taking on players, creating chances, scoring goals, running, being fast, and all that. So when I look at those two, I think Mikel Arteta has gone to phase 5 or phase 6 of his team rebuild. Phase 1 was that defense. Actually, it was the clear out because he did a lot of deadwood clearance, and we thank him for that. Phase 2 was dealing with the defense. It was so porous. Arsenal considered that, of course, and he said, listen, I am going to work on this defense. I don't want a porous defense. I don't want games where I'm conceding 3-4 goals. And then he worked on that in phase 2. Phase 3 was the midfield, did that very well. I think with Rice, Partey, Odegaard, Merino, you have a strong midfield there, but of course we will need one, and that's going to be Martin Zubimendi. So phase 4 was the goalkeepers, and I think he did that very well as well. And I believe that phase 5 is going to be the attack, fixing the attack. Again, he's not spent a lot of money on the attack. Gabriel Jesus coming in, Leandro Trossard coming in, and then, of course, you think about Kai Havertz, that is part of the midfield. Mikel Merino, that is part of the midfield as well. So he's not spent a lot of money on attacking reinforcements. And at some point in time, you could feel it that Arsenal were eventually going to do a crazy deal for a crazy attacking forward. I mean, think about it. We almost spent 80 million on Mikhailo Modric 2 years ago. Where did that money go? Yes, we did a couple of other transfers there, but it showed you that Arsenal were willing to reinforce on the attacking front. Maybe they just didn't get the attacking options they wanted yet, but now Mikel Arteta is sure that these two, this duo, Williams and Isak, are going to take his team to the next level, and this summer be in for a very, very interesting, activity. Now, Arsenal look like they have found their next sporting director, and that is going to be Roberto Olabe at Sociedad. Well, we have had talk that the interim sporting director, that is Aitor, has been very good and he's worked on a couple of deals, and Arsenal are impressed with him. But it looks like he's not going to get the job. Roberto Olabe at Real Sociedad is going to get the job. Now, when you think about Olabe, and I'm not surprised, guys, I'm not surprised that this is where it's ending up. When you think about Olabe, he's worked with Isak, a primary target for Mikel Arteta. He's worked with Martin Zubimendi, a primary target for Mikel Arteta. He's worked on the Spanish market. And where are our most strongest targets this summer? Williams, Zubimendi, Garcia, all those players are in the Spanish Liga. So I'm not surprised that Arsenal all of a sudden want Olabe, and at the same time, we are very much interested in getting players from the Spanish market. So listen, I'm not going to tell you that this guy is this and that. He's very good. But we know he's done a couple of deals. He's done the Odegaard deal to Real Sociedad. He's done the Isak deal. He's done a couple of good deals for Real Sociedad. And we pray that if he joins Arsenal, he does some good deals for us too. That's all we pray for. But a new sporting director is on his way. Now, Barcelona have initiated contact with Thomas Partey in order for them to sign him as a free agent this summer. You know, Barca, they have money issues, they have money problems, and that's why I told you, Barcelona were never going to trouble Arsenal when it came to Martin Zubimendi. But Thomas Partey, Arsenal contemplating giving him a 2-year deal However, that deal is not yet materialized. Arsenal is still very, very unsure of whether to keep him for another long period of time or actually just let him go in the summer. The scare about Partey leaving is that we are losing two of our most advanced defensive midfielders, most experienced members of the squad, and most technically gifted members of the midfield. That is Partey and Jorginho. I don't think it is wise, and I don't think it is acceptable for us to lose both of them at the same time, as if they don't matter, as if they don't have something different. They do have something different, and we shouldn't try to lose them like that. So Partey going to Barca, I don't have a problem with that, especially with Martin Zubimendi coming in. I believe that Mikel Arteta thinks Zubi is going to be his main man in midfield, go-to man, defensive midfield, pressing teams and all that. You can deal with them. You can trust Martin Zubimendi to do that. Win the ball back, ball progression, starting attacks and all that. But Partey, for me, he's become such a big identity of this team. He's become such a big part of this team. And not just because we love him and he's been there for a long time, but I think he's been there and he has justified his value. There is a reason as to why Arsenal fans, every Arsenal fan, loves Partey. There is a reason as to why we trust him, and there is a reason as to why the manager, on top of everything, trusts him like crazy. And that reason for me is because Thomas Partey is worthy being at the team. He's worthy keeping. Now, of course, Barca with their free agent stuff, they're so good these days at poaching free agents. I believe they can get him. I believe there is a big possibility that we'll see Partey leaving. I just don't feel comfortable with the thought. I just don't feel comfortable with it. And maybe I shouldn't feel comfortable. Maybe it's club business. It's not meant to make me feel comfortable. I just feel weird when I say that Barca have approached Partey. I want him to stay. I would rather him to stay 1 more year, 2 more years until we rebuild this midfield. But with Declan Rice coming in, and then Zubimendi coming in, and then Odegaard, and then Merino, you can see the future of Arsenal's midfield. It is not Jorginho, it is not Partey, it is Zubi, Rice, Merino, and Martin Odegaard. So Odegaard has been approached by FC Barcelona. We hope that doesn't materialize into something big, but there is also a big possibility that it actually does. Now, Arsenal looking at a couple of other strikers as second options because we don't want to sign one striker, we want two. And the two names that I have today is Dusan Vlahovic. Of course, Dusan Vlahovic has been made available by Juventus for 33 million. Now, my scare with Dusan Vlahovic is that I kind of feel like it's too big to be a second striker, but I would love this signing. And I think that if you signed a player like Šeško, and then as backup striker you signed Vlahovic, you might end up with Vlahovic being your starter and Šeško the backup, purely based on performance, training, and value and output. So I think Vlahovic is a bargain that Arsenal can track and take advantage of. The other player is Yusuf En-Nesyri. Of course, we know Yusuf En-Nesyri did make his name at Sevilla. He's a wonderful striker, Moroccan striker. He's got that ability in the air. Very, very, very big trademark of his game. His ability in the air. I think when it comes to Arsenal getting a second striker, this should be the two qualities we look out for. One, you can come on and impact a game, and I think both Vlahovic and Yusuf En-Nesyri have got that. But secondly, apart from being able to impact a game, apart from being able to change a game, you must be able to have that threat that our main striker possesses. I really liked it when Arsenal had Aubameyang and Lacazette. Like on paper, Aubameyang and Lacazette were frightening. Of course, on the pitch, only one of them, which was Aubameyang, was delivering. But knowing that Arsenal have Lacazette and Aubameyang, you don't sleep. Like that only instills fear deep down your spinal cord. And I think Vlahovic for me would be the better option. Like Arsenal have two strikers, Šeško and Vlahovic, or Isak and Vlahovic. It sounds better than Arsenal having a Nasri and having Shesko. It doesn't sound right. It really doesn't sound right. But at the moment, Arsenal looking for a second striker. And Nasri is at Fenerbahce, would be available this summer. Obviously, Vlahovic offered at 33 million. It's a bit of a bargain, but like I said, we have not seen the Vlahovic that we expected to see post 2021. Because after 2021, that is when it kind of started to fall off, right? That's when it started to fall off. Is he going to reimagine his future and find a better way of scoring goals? Maybe. But would I love to see Vlahovic at Arsenal? Yes. Like second striker Vlahovic, first striker Isak, or first striker Gyökeres, or first striker, maybe Shesko. I would love it because I know Vlahovic can push a striker and can cause a little bit of a change when you bring him on in the second half. See you soon.